All right, I'm having a call with a couple of my students on getting data from the website of TikTok. And on the left side of the screen, you're seeing a Jupyter Notebook instance with some code. And on the right, you're seeing an automated Selenium browser, Chrome browser, that we're kind of used for scraping. All right, Short. What's the issue that you have?
Now, for example, we right here. So let's say this is our seat. Tony Hawk is our seat because we want to get people, all kind of people that are maybe like doing skates, for example, skateboarding, and therefore we use Tony Hawk as a seat, and
Yes.
then we go to the suggested
I don't
profiles.
see where you go to suggest like okay. Can you move your mouse a little? We don't see your mouse actually. Let me see whether I can actually
Here.
make your show remote cursor. Yeah, now I can see your browser. Yes. All right. Your cursor. Yes. So you
So
want these
okay,
accounts?
yeah, Tony Hawk is the skateboarder or like a skater, and we want to get like
Yeah, yeah.
people associated. So we go to suggested accounts, and then we try to basically get all the suggested accounts
Yes.
from. But at some point we'll run into a loop because then when we click on this, we get um, the same profile, if you know what I mean. Like here now we are
Just a
in
second.
loop.
Just I'm doing this. Just Oliver. But this looks
Yeah,
like a cool list, right?
yeah. We can scrape these, but of course we will also want to scrape more people. So we want to go to the next
It
suggested
gives you a
list.
full list, but without being locked in, it will give you the same people all over again. Because if
But
you're not logged
how
in,
many of
you have
them?
What do you mean? How many of them?
But this looks like a good list of people, right?
Yes, but so basically from this one, from Tony Hawk, we want to go to the next person. So we click on the next person, and then we want to scrape all this information, and then we again want to go to the next person. Like this one has a few suggested users or accounts, and then we want to go to the next one, and then we
Yes, but
are
what is
back
the
in this
problem?
loop.
I don't understand the problem. This looks perfect, right?
No, because we get all the time back at the same profile,
I don't
if you know
see
what I
that.
mean.
Where?
So this is
Take your
branded.
navigation path. So go to Tony Hawk. No, not with the code.
Uh,
Browse. Just browse. Go to Tony Hawk. All right.
Tony Hawk.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what are the steps that you want your scraper to do?
You first want to scrape Tony Hawk, so the following
Yes, got that. Next.
and then we want to go to suggested users. So we scrape. Then we go to this one, scrape everything, and we want to go to the next one. And
Which
here
is,
again,
which is the next one? You're very unspecific.
oh, the next one is the next suggested account.
No, like you're confusing me. So just a second. So we are Tony Hawk's page, okay? So what you're gonna do is, this is your seed, right? So you're
Yeah.
saving all of those usernames.
Yeah.
And then you write a scraper going through each of those usernames. You save that list. And then the only thing that you need to do is open these profile pages.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
why is that not possible?
Yeah, also, but that is something I can't show you right now. Sometimes we get a completely empty
Okay. So
list.
wait a second. So before you do that, our navigation path is okay. Seed is Tony Hawk. Okay. Tony Hawk's voorgestelde accounts, suggested accounts. Okay. So the navigation path is go to Tony Hawk, save all names of user accounts, possibly click on more accounts before doing that. Then loop through this list of user accounts and visit profile pages, extract information from the profile pages, including the page of Tony Hawk. That's it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. I like the challenge, all right? So the first thing that we do is by the way, you don't open Chrome all the time. You open Chrome just once and then use the get. Otherwise, like new browsers keep on opening up. Maybe that was also the problem. You have a Windows computer? I don't see yet.
Yes, I have Windows.
And it's just like control or so we do this seed name. Sorry for that. Seed name is Tony Hawk, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to open the browser. That just happens once at the session, right? So let's click on run. So Tony Hawk is here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we want to learn how to click on this list, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to inspect. Do you have that figured out already in your code?
Yes.
So where is that snippet? Dot click.
Yeah, H2. Yeah, basically.
This one?
Oh, but no, I don't have to suggest accounts. I only have the following.
Okay, wait a second. That's what we're going to do later. I'm a little confused. Let me open this slide a little bit. There we go. It's a little confusing. So this one, we want this guy. I'm maximizing this real quick because we need to learn how to get to this. Damn, it's a P class. This is the class name, right?
Yeah.
So let's try that.
That's probably then just click.
Can you help me close this the developer thing because it's too big? Yes, thank you. So prototyping, right? So damn, I didn't copy that. Can you copy this CSS thing again? What I pasted? Open the developer. Yes. Inspect. There we go. It's a pain, but you can do it much faster than I can. Inspect. There we go. Click on that. No, yes. Yeah. Copy it to, just paste it. All right. We're going to develop it, right? So we do driver. Oh, by the way, we want to bump it to the soup, right? Because we've been using, oh no, we need to do it here. I see. Okay. Sorry. So the button is driver dot find element by class name. Right?
Yeah.
So now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to see on whether there's any error message. Just going to look, well, it's found some. And now the magic's going to do, close the development tab, please. Yes. So now the magic happens when we do, we want to see the magic happening. There we go. If we're going to do button dot click, right? So here we go. Oh, didn't work. See? Is that the problem you ran into?
No, not specific, but I ran into multiple problems. So, but this also that I get empty things back. So
yeah, so we don't have the right button. So maybe you can try to find really that button. Maybe it doesn't seem to be the correct one.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me try again. Maybe they're protective about this. This is the button, right?
Yeah, it should be the button. But when I, for example, use Beautiful Soup, then because Beautiful Soup is the same where you can.
But you can't click with Beautiful Soup. You need
but yes, I know that's something I also figured out. But when I use Beautiful Soup to, for example, find follower information, then and I print basically the whole HTML script. So basically what you see here, then everything. So the whole script that you print doesn't contain any information, and that's the issue I also ran into. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, it could be that they're very protective. JSX, yeah, that's. I don't get why you click on this thing. Let me try it again. Honey Life,
No, it doesn't.
Awesome Finds, Amazing Finds. But we see some changes, right?
Yeah, it all the time switches to different profiles. And I think it switches to the suggested accounts. You know what I mean? To the
Yeah, I think it's always the first in the new list. If you
Yeah,
switch the
that's where it
profile,
clicks
then it's
on.
the first in the recommended list.
Yeah, but this is the way in which you can try. I mean, even if we just do it like this, we can get some usernames, and then that's just a challenge for other people to solve, right? Can we loop through this once we have it? So let's just suppose we want those, right?
Should have maybe the screen bigger or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But that is user item inner. User list. Is this always the same class name? Yes. It's very unstable to use these class identifiers, but that's kind of how I want you to. There we go. So let's zoom in on this first list. Does that work? Let's check out what we get when we look at the text. We don't get anything. So we need to kind of see what we want here. So we're now in where is it? The 99, user in an item, user avatar. User info, user title. That is the one. So what we do is we look for this. How do we get at this user info? We can search for class H4 because that is does that work? Okay, just a sec. I need to Google on my computer just real quick. Selenium find elements by. So here you get like the 1,000 ways in which you can find an element by class name, by tag name. That's how you need to do it. By tag name. There we go. And then you're going to grab the text. No.
Yeah, that's also what I got with the beautiful soup. A little bit. It's empty.
I'm switching my screen again. Just a second. Not this one. I mean, it takes some patience. Selenium find element by. Let me try this one. Certainly, yeah, it just requires a look, there may be more elements with H4. So let's look at this. Let's look at the length of this guy. 1, all right. So there's only 1. So let's look at this. Yeah.
What I also used before was this expand. Expand is also sort of how you can search, but I think it's very unstable as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's challenging. And do we find this attribute? Do we have multiple of those? Yeah, I see it's challenging.
Yesterday I ran the Twitter API and I was so happy that I saw for the first time since a week some data appearing. So I was really like, finally. Because I got really, I don't know, really sad from it basically. Because I already put a lot of time and effort in it and it just didn't turn out.
Let me try something out. Just a second. The page source. Oh no, that's the whole page source. Get attributes. Inner HTML. So with this, we will be able to look at, let me do this. Just do this. lm equals user 0, the first user, and then we're going to look at lm.getAttribute inner HTML. We need to understand where we get it. So here we are. Now we're back in the game. Find elements by class name. Let's try user avatar dot get attribute. Oh no, yeah, get attribute inner HTML. And of course we need to like get this one out because we can't, this is not a searchable object anymore, right? But now let's see. It says list. Okay, well, that's interesting. So we already learned we get multiple items. So apparently user avatar has more. This is user avatar.
Mm-hmm.
lm, let me try this. lm.find elements by class name. This is elements by tag name. Tag name, and then we're going to do h4 again, because this is ultimately what we're going to get. Let's say we want the username. List has no, okay, so there are multiple of them. So let's look at the first. Amazing finds. There we go. Oh, we just need to extract the HTML. Ha, there we go. It's not the text, it's the HTML. Boom, we got it.
Maybe this is the first. Okay. So you do inner HTML.
So no. Now, okay, you think of what you want to say, and I'm gonna extract them all. All right.
Okay.
index out of range. It's an interesting one. Well, it works. It works for the prototype again, insert up. It works for the first user, right? So we said like, this is what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And then we said lm equals user 0, right? And then this worked for the first user. No, it didn't. What did I just delete? So get this. So when you do lm dot find elements by tag name, does that still work? Image bracket. This extracts. Now we'll prototype, set it to the next user. List index out of range. So we got to look why that doesn't work. So let's first look at the HTML of the second user. This is not the same. Huh? This is not a user. TikTok avatar. So there are multiple items called like this. So what we want is we want a way to only extract those with class name that match to a specific user title. So let's try to see whether this is a valid class name. You understand what I mean? There are so many classes that are called like this, which don't have a username. So let's look at this. Okay, search for class name. Okay, I've got to look this up because I don't know. This is always like, I'm always hitting my own, like, okay, Selenium, find element, class name, and attribute. How do you call this? Class, HTML, class name separated by space. What does that mean even? To specify multiple classes, separate the class names with a space. Okay, so this is actually its own class name. It has multiple class names. Boom, there we go. Got it. See? User and users, and the only thing that we need to do is user.find element. That's all. User.inner HTML. We now zoomed in on only this thing and extract the inner HTML. Does that work? Print.
Oh, okay.
Holy moly. That's a lot of...
Yeah, but now the only thing that we need is to get... that's a lot of users.
Yeah, it's more than I got before. So this inner HTML is...
let's do this.
I've never heard of it.
This one didn't. Element by tag name. Oh, user get elements. What's wrong about this one? User.find. Find element. We're just going to look at the first H4. Boom.
Yeah, that looks much better.
All right. I think I've given you enough pointers.
The magician has done his job.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, so like I didn't learn coding like formally. I learned coding the way I teach you coding, like trial and error, breaking down the problem, looking at what you get, building from there. If you get that mindset, that's going to be the most like amazing thing you take out of this course, because you're all beginners like I am actually, right? So you need to have the skills on breaking it down. So what we've learned is that there are two ways, I think, to get a text. And sometimes it's actually text, so you can access it with the .text attribute, something I was trying at the very beginning. But sometimes it's just the HTML. Okay. And inner HTML probably means what is inside the HTML. See, I never programmed like these websites from scratch. If you did outer HTML, probably you get all of the stuff around it. See, there you go. That's the outer HTML, including TagWorks. Oh, boom. So we've just learned the inner HTML is what is in between those brackets. Probably that's written on one of the HTML 101s, which, you know, wasn't there. But so I think you can reliably carry on from here, right? So we've covered navigation paths, we've covered ways to get what you want to get, but most importantly, I think you've seen, like, the way I do this is always try to look on what I get, because whenever I start, this is a black box to me. Unless I look at what I get, then only I can continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Right. At least we got a little bit further, and we can. Yeah, I didn't know about this inner HTML function, so
I didn't know either. And I don't expect you to know this, right? That's why we're setting up these calls, and like me trying to iterate with you to get you going.
Yeah.
Again, I think you've picked a fascinating problem, and yeah, just like keep on going a bit and try to figure these things out. Yeah,
we really do our best. So.
Yeah, but yeah, don't stress about it. Zoom in, narrow down the problem, make it small. But I think it's interesting.
And what about this one last question about the in-between time? So basically for every request, when do we need to build this in? Because I don't want to get banned. So after this request, you should immediately build in.
So right now, you haven't requested data from TikTok for an hour or like half an hour.
Okay.
Every time you're essentially doing the get.
Yeah.
Like this. You need to consider, pausing. And because TikTok is maybe sensitive to scraping, you need to wait. But the thing is, what you're doing here is it's sleeping 1 second.
Yeah.
But the website, because it's a big website, may not load within 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's also why your scraper may not work, because you're not waiting long enough. And typically you only wait at the end, right? So you do the get, you do the full operations, and then when you're done, you're waiting for like, I don't know, a few seconds. By the way, and also here you do need to wait, right? Because the script continues while the browser is still loading. So wait for 5 seconds for the site to be in, and then do your thing. And don't do the buttons now, but do this. Rapid in functions, what you learn. But I think this is a good starter.
Okay. All right. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. That was a good question.
Thank you.
Okay. On a long session. Take care, guys.
Yes. Sorry.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.